I'll walk you through the most important changes for patch 26.3, so you know which champions will be the strongest in the next patch. Let's start with ARAM Mayhem. There's a total of 45 new augments, so if you enjoy ARAM Mayhem, there's a new fresh variety coming your way. Also, there's a lot of buffs and nerfs to the augments, so the overall balance should be a bit better. On top of that, several augments have been buffed or nerfed to improve overall balance. Now, let's head back to Summoner's Rift. First up, turret platings. With the new season, enemy turret platings became stronger the more enemy champions were nearby. Now this effect will be significantly reduced, so when you win a team fight, you can push with your team a lot faster. There's also a small but important change to Phallights, specifically to the Phallight in the Pixel Brush in River. Previously, if you placed a ward there, the vision was granted all the way to the Scuttle Crab. This was way too strong and also, got junglers a pretty hard time, so this vision is now a bit reduced. Now you can, if you play it smart, take the Scuttle Crab without being on vision by the Phallight ward. Now let's go to the champion changes. Ahri gets 1 second less cooldown on her W, which is especially important for her laning phase. But also in the later stages of the game, it's really good to have that extra movement speed more often. Braum was by far the best supporter last patch, at least in terms of win rate. He's losing some base health and his Q deals slightly less damage. This said, that will definitely not knock him out of the meta. He will remain a really strong pick. Diana and Echo Jungle were far too strong, so the bonus passive damage against monsters will be significantly reduced. Ezreal, on the other hand, will receive a better E80 scaling and also a bit more base AD. This change is especially important because of Trinity Force. Trinity Force always looks at the base AD of Ezreal, which will be increased. Also, Trinity Force will then profit from that. Jay's jungle is also being adjusted once again. His melee Q will deal more damage, but less damage against monsters. His range Q will deal less damage overall. In exchange, his first auto attack in a range form will shred more armor and magic resist when it hits. Overall, Jade should remain viable in top lane and jungle. Now we come to a change that many players have been waiting for a long time. We go to the Mel mini rework. First off, her passive projectiles will deal less damage. Her Q, however, deals significantly more damage, but will have a slower cast time, have a slower travel speed and a smaller area, making it way easier to dodge. If it does hit though, it hurts a lot more. The W no longer grants damage immunity, but instead provides a shield. It also no longer reflects skill shot, but instead destroys them. Her E receives similar changes to her Q. Way harder to hit, but stronger damage. Finally, her ultimate gets a small damage buff. Overall, these changes should make Mel a much more pleasant champion to face. But be careful, if you continue to get hit, it deals more damage. Varus is next. He was especially in the top lane way too strong, so the armor per level growth is reduced and also the W AP scaling is also reduced. Volibear's Q now deals less base damage, but has a better AD scaling, which should nerf the AP Volibear build. Furthermore, his E has a higher cooldown and deals less damage to jungle monsters. Zed Jungle is getting heavily nerfed as well. His bonus damage to monster is reduced from 120% to only 50% of his normal damage. This should make him no longer viable in the jungle. When it comes to items, the new items are getting adjusted. Actualizer is cheaper now, allowing mages other than Ryze to buy it. Dusk and Dawn grants more health, but its Sheen proc deals less damage. Endless Hunger costs 100 gold more. On the other hand, it grants more AD, so overall it's a neutral change. Finally, the 2 defensive tier 3 boots in mid lane have been nerfed. The shield is now significantly smaller, especially in the early game. That's it for the patch notes today. See you next time and like and subscribe.